Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Coach's Corner West here at Pizza Hut in Bucyrus. And we have a football week this week for everybody with football starting this weekend. And so we're going to have the football coaches from Bucyrus, Winford, and Buckeye Central. We want to remind you that the show is brought to you by Adam Weisner and Associates at Advanced Fiber Technology, Coach Tim Plumley at Mohegan Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation, Matt Studer at Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Kia, 1 mile east of the Richland Mall. We have up with us first, as we usually do. Bucyrus is first in the rotation, the closest to the Pizza Hut for us here.
Sure.
Coach Tim Plumley. Coach, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy schedule. I know that first week you feel like you're kind of everything's spinning a little bit to get things going. Right?
Yeah, you feel like a little cramped for time because you're still trying to get all the situational fine-tuned things, and you're like, oh, I think we need this for this game, or we haven't quite got that dialed in yet. But you know, it's kind of everyone's in the same boat. And, you know, it is sped up a little week, starting a week earlier than what we used to, and one less scrimmage. So, you know, it's everyone's in the same boat, but it is a little different.
Sure. Yeah. And for the folks that may or may not be familiar with the Bucyrus football program, you're entering your third year.
My third year. Yep.
And I know you've been around the program a lot longer than that.
Sure. Assistant coach for many years, left for a couple. And then back. I'm glad to be back. It's my hometown alma mater. I love the place. So.
Sure. And you're going to whip these guys into shape, right?
Oh yeah, we're trying.
That's the idea, right?
These are we have a lot of good kids. These are some good guys, and I tell them all the time that I love them. I hope they realize that.
How are you? Every year you kind of go into the idea, with the idea numbers are a big deal in football, probably more than other sports.
It is. It takes a good number to have a good practice, to be honest with you, and then you also need the layers of the program. You know, the solid JV program, middle school, and if you're lucky enough to have a freshman team, so that you know the best way to get better at a sport is to play it, so practice it and then go play it. So you need those numbers. We're at about 35. It's not too bad. We were hoping for a few more, but you know, we have plenty of players. 11 are on the field at the same time. So
I was going to say that as you said, it gives you enough to definitely have a solid JV program that way. Probably borderline on the freshmen.
Yeah, you know, most of our JV will be freshmen, but we'll play mainly the JV schedule with those kids.
Yeah. So. Okay, so you're starting out again with
Mississinawa Valley.
Mississinawa. He told me last year how to pronounce this, folks, and it looks like Mississinawa. Yeah, Mississinawa.
Yeah,
right? Somehow it's not what it looks like.
Yep.
But they're way down from southwest Ohio.
Yeah, I mean the stone's throw from the Indiana-Ohio border. We went there last year. I enjoyed it. It was a long bus drive, but I enjoyed going there and just seeing a new stadium playing. And we just asked when we scheduled it that they come make a return trip, and it kind of, you know, most year a 2-year contract. So it kind of put us into the next contract really well, which will be with Riverdale after this year.
So you know a lot about them? Or?
They have 30 kids. They have a few more kids than they did last year. You know, I think they've lost a couple of key players, but we have some scrimmage film on. We don't have any numbers or a roster, so you know we're saying, well, this position's good, that position's good, but we don't know what number the kid is or that. But they showed pretty well in a couple of their scrimmages, so we look forward to a good challenge.
Okay, yeah, that's what you're looking for. Obviously, you want to get off to a good start, but you want to have that early competition.
You know, you do, and the whole process is about us getting better each week. That we take steps towards our ultimate goal, and this is a game that will help us prepare for the rest of the season and challenge us in the same way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna talking to a couple of the players. You brought four seniors along with you tonight. We want to, first of all, before we transition over to talk to the players here for a minute, we want to remind you that we're brought to you in part by Rob Lust at Edgefield Animal Clinic in Marion, Matt Ramsey, John Ziegler, Drew Young, Frank Heinlein and Associates at Bucyrus Blades, serving worldwide markets since 1951. And Roger Brown and Links Lock and Safe, South Poplar, West Warren Street in Bucyrus. All right, so we're going to be talking tonight to seniors Dalton Barker, Dylan Lanker, Riley Parker, and Randy Banks. And Riley, since you're the first one to my left here, we'll start with you and just kind of tell the folks what your role is on the team.
I play offensive tackle, and then I play defensive end, or just well, actually, I'll keep that quiet. But me and Dylan.
You think somebody's scouting over this?
Hey, you never know. But yeah, I play tackle, and then me and Dylan take care of the offensive line.
Okay, all right, yeah, being the veterans really on that unit, and offensive line pretty important because you're kind of a passing type offense. You got to protect that quarterback, but when you do run the ball, you're mixing in some runs. You're also opening holes for running backs.
Yeah.
So that's a key part of the offense. So what are you looking for this year? You're just getting off to a fresh start. Everybody's 0-0. What's your
improvement with the offensive line because everyone's got another year under their belts. I mean, we only lost 2 people that started basically the whole year, but we got another senior coming back that he didn't play last year to fill his center spot, and then 2 juniors that were sophomores last year with another year of experience starting on the line. So didn't lose too many people, and that's kind of what we're excited for.
Okay, good, yeah. So optimism.
Yeah.
You're going to go up. Challenging for that top spot. That's a tough jump to make when you're kind of in the bottom half of the league, but it's a goal still.
Yeah.
You see, you can compete with those teams and take it from there. So anything can happen if you play, right? Okay. Well, thanks very much, Riley, and we appreciate you coming out tonight and enjoy the pizza after the show. Next up, we have Dalton Barker, and Dalton and I were talking off camera. I worked for his grandfather at Ivy Tech, so he says he works for his grandfather as well, right?
Yeah, he puts me to work when he can.
So tell the folks what your position is on the team.
I'm mainly safety. Mainly play defense, maybe playing some offenses here.
Okay. Yeah. See how things shake out. And you never know. You get injuries, you get illnesses. Sometimes as the year goes on, and
Barker gets some hands. So.
But I know you got a little bit of hands because I've seen you intercept some passes over the years. So I know you can catch it on defense. Can you catch it on offense?
That got stuck in his face.
Yeah, don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you.
Okay, so again, as seniors, you guys are looking to kind of go out with a bang here, right? I mean,
hopefully, yeah.
Kind of get this program back on the track where
that'd be great to see.
It was, yeah.
And get a new team feel to it.
Yeah.
And you feel like a family again.
Yeah. Okay. And I know you're also a wrestler, correct?
I am.
Yeah. So kind of wrestling and football a lot of times can go hand in hand.
Oh, they do. I think you'll find a lot of the wrestlers are kind of naturally better tacklers because they're used to shooting low and have leverage, and it does go hand. It goes very well, particularly on the defensive side of the ball.
So okay, well listen, you guys will be looking forward to you this week, and hey, get an interception. That'd be great. You guys got to be on the radio. You're gonna be on WQEL first game out of the chute. So now's your time to shine.
Hopefully, some people see them hands.
Thanks a lot, Dalton, for coming out tonight, and good luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Dylan Lanker, and Dylan, Riley already mentioned, you're kind of his sidekick on the offensive
We're
line.
like partners in crime on the offensive line.
Okay. So one's guard, one's tackle?
No, I play left tackle and he plays right tackle.
Oh, so you're on the opposite ends of the line. Okay, gotcha.
Last year we were left guard and left tackle. But,
Okay. See, I did remember something about last year, didn't I?
Yeah.
So, kind of what's your role on the team? Is that you play just defense or offense?
No, I also play defensive tackle or defensive end, whatever Coach K decides. But I would say me and Riley's like main role is to almost be like the leaders of the offensive line. Every day we try and bust our butts to make everybody else with the offensive line better.
Now talk about the difference when you're in the offensive line, the difference between pass blocking and run blocking. There is a difference.
Yeah,
The
there is a
technique is
difference.
different, correct?
Yeah, well, in pass blocking, you're mainly like dropping back and setting yourself up to be able to protect your quarterback. Whereas run blocking, you're stay low, get hooked on, and try and get them to the ground so your running back can go through. We had a pretty scary week 1, I would say, with our offensive line, but I'd say we got a few new guys out for our most recent scrimmage, and it looked a lot better.
Now, do you, as an offensive lineman, do you have a preference between pass blocking and run blocking? It doesn't matter to you.
I like long passes. Like, I think it's so cool to like see the ball soar over your head and see your receiver catch it. So I prefer pass blocking, and it's probably easier too. But I'd probably say pass blocking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. There's no wrong answer here. It's your preference. Yeah.
Pancakes are cool
Yeah.
too.
Now, I can't say I'm not speaking for Coach Plumley. He may have a right and a wrong answer there.
He's a solid blocker, both of them. He's really good. He's better than solid. So, you know, he and Riley both do an excellent job up front and leading those guys. I'm down there a lot with them this year, and I've really enjoyed coaching them. So they're good guys.
And the tackles are key to pass blocking for that quarterback because they keep that outside rush down.
Yeah, and sometimes it's tough, and we need to work on it. You know, those wide edge rushers can be tough to block, and a lot of times they're matched up on that. And if you don't learn the correct technique, it's really hard from the beginning.
Sure,
So these guys do a great job.
Yeah, great. Okay, well, Dylan, thanks for coming out tonight. Appreciate it. Good luck on the season, and enjoy your pizza as well. And then last we have Randy Banks. Randy, I know that last couple of years, you've been a receiver, but I was at the scrimmage at Fredericktown the other night, and I saw you running the ball a little bit. So is that a new wrinkle we got going on this year?
It's a temporary thing, I believe so, because Blaine's out right now. He should be back soon.
Okay.
It's just a temporary thing.
Well, from what I saw, and I don't know a lot about Fredericktown, although I did hear that they're supposed to be a pretty good team this year, you're going to be a pretty capable backup if that's what you end up being as the second runner, because you ran the ball really, really effectively against Fredericktown. And of course, maybe they weren't expecting it either, I suppose.
Perhaps. I mean, the scrimmages, there's not a lot of prep for the scrimmages, and so you don't have a full scouting report, or you just kind of figure out, hey, what's your base scheme, and you go play.
Sure.
And let the pieces fall. But it's more about playing harder. And Randy played really hard. He ran the ball well. He was probably pretty tired after Friday night. I think he might have had like 15, 16 carries and a half, which is a lot.
That's a lot.
Randy demonstrated great cutting ability, and he'll probably get a few more opportunities at carrying the ball. So.
No doubt. And now defensively, you play also?
I play defensive back.
Defensive back, okay. So you're on the field pretty much most of the game, right? Yeah, aren't you on special teams as well, right?
Yeah, I'm punter.
You're the punter.
Yeah, returner, punter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 special teams is not on.
You didn't get a lot of rest.
No, none of these guys are going to get much rest. So
That's good.
small school football.
That's
what
right.
it is.
So, okay, well, we'll be looking for either you catching the ball, running the ball, or both, and punting the ball. So, look forward to that. And appreciate you coming out tonight, Randy. And good luck on the season. And enjoy your pizza tonight as well. We're going to talk a few minutes with Coach Plumley. Before we do that, we will remind you that we're brought to you in part by Lee Plymel and Brad Seibert of the Plymel Insurance Group, Bucyrus and Gallion, Hannah Newton at Wendy's, downtown Bucyrus and Upper Sandusky, at North Central State College, Mansfield, and the Crawford County Success Center in Bucyrus. Coach Plumley, again, we talked about the excitement of this. We didn't touch much on that scrimmage. You don't put a lot of stock in the outcome of a scrimmage, but you scored some points in that with a two-quarter varsity.
Yeah, I mean, there are some things that make it not like a game, but what I was really pleased with was that our overall energy and effort on both sides of the ball. I felt like we were way more physical up front than we had been. Dylan alluded to it earlier, than we had been in the first scrimmage. And there were some reasons for that, but the guys really up front really blocked well. Randy ran hard. And then on defense, we're not big on defense, so we have to get guys flying to the ball. And we had that Friday night. So, but it's one of those things that we have to keep growing and improve on. What we did Friday night is, we play in a tough league. It's not to the level that we need to be yet. If we put the work in and do the things right, we can get there.
Sure.
And it was a good stepping stone. So I was really pleased the improvement we took from week 1 or the first scrimmage to the second scrimmage, and then now we need to take even a bigger step into the regular season.
And speaking of that, you talk about you do play in number one, you had a state champion in the league last year.
Yep.
Colonel Crawford was very good. Seneca East, Mohawk. I mean, you're dealing with some different Winfords. You're dealing with some difficult traditional programs in the M10.
Sure, it is, and the way that we look at it is that's the opportunity for us to go put our mettle to the test, to see if we've learned, our techniques, our schemes, and we've trained hard enough, and it's a great test for us. And it is our goal to be in that same spot. So it's easy, perhaps, you can say you could do the scheduled teams that are easier, but we look forward to the challenge that the league has and offers.
Absolutely. And we were talking about it, and of course, we look at it from a different way. You're the coaches, we're the media. It seems like the top teams might come back to the pack a little. Not that they're going to get bad. Cary is still going to be a good team. They reload out there.
Yes, sure.
Colonel Crawford, they've lost a couple of key players, but they have a lot of kids out, and they're going to be good again. So, not that they're going to be bad, but maybe the league is compressed just a little bit.
Perhaps, to say anyone's going to win the state again, that's a big ask. There are teams that do it, and maybe Cary's one of those. But last year seemed like a special season, and they had a tremendous amount of players. They continue to have a tremendous amount of great players. We kind of focus on what we do. And I truly believe that if we continue to get better each week, that we'll surprise some teams in the league.
Well, good luck with the
All
upcoming
right, man.
season. And tell the folks again who you're playing this week. I'm going to call them M Valley, but
Mississinawa
Mississinawa Valley will be visiting Bucyrus, and they will be on WQEL, so you can tune into that game. And also this year, we're doing some things, not with this game. We just want to tell the folks that we are partnering with the OH Report. So
Okay.
some of our games will be streamed on OH with our play-by-play from
Okay.
WQEL or WBCL. So we'll be looking forward to that.
That's awesome.
We're looking forward to a big football season.
Great, thank you, Dave.
Coach Tim Plumley and the Bucyrus Redmen. Up next, we will have Coach Kyle Skidmore and the Winford Royals.